I completely forgot to even tell you about the bobcat from last night. It's a weird fashion statement. Almost as weird as this shirt. Another day. Let's go do it. 4 days left before archery season. These glasses are ridiculous, but I love them. Same as I love the shirt. It is ridiculous. So the reason I'm wearing the hiking boots during the day is obviously to just allow my feet to continue to get used to them. Hey, look. So there's turkeys everywhere out here all the time. So I'm just continuing to kind of harden my feet into the boots. I should be hiking more. Having a 9-month-old is kind of weird. Like, it just kind of totally changes everything. Really, there's no excuse. It's just me using a kid as an excuse, which is what I've discovered that most people, I think, do. Ooh, we can't make it today. Yeah, Brian's got baseball, whatever. And they're like, he's 9 months old. This is why I don't come to Nashville during rush hour. Stop and go friggin' traffic for the last 45 minutes. Not entertaining video, so I cut it out. If anybody's wondering what I do for a living, what I do is drive around and I look at the houses that we have loans on and I make sure that the people are actually working. This one was a bit of a disaster. The gals that bought it wanted to rehab the existing house, and then they basically realized that it was a tear down. But man, they've done an awesome job. The interior is insane. I'd go in, but I got other stuff I gotta do. Coincidentally, this is another one that's very similar to the last one, where basically the people bought it thinking they could rehab it, ended up over demoing and then tore the house down. But now they're building this like beautiful kind of craftsman. They've got a 2-car detached garage on the back. On to the next one. Spray foaming in a $250,000 house. Not a good plan. This is one of the things that I like so much about this part of the job is I just get to call people and tell them what they did wrong. My wife, she doesn't like that about me. A couple of the new construction houses that we're finishing up. I'm gonna go do a walkthrough on these real quick. Fun fact, the lady who bought this house next door painted it green and pink and then started using it as maybe a halfway house. There's like a bunch of dudes that do heroin that sit on the front porch. Maybe that's not what a halfway house is. I'm gonna go take a look at these. So another new house that we're wrapping up on, it's another pair. Typically when we're building new, we're building a pair. And these are interesting because we actually built downstairs apartments on these. And we're gonna rent the upstairs and then we're gonna rent the downstairs because the zoning got changed of the house in the middle of us basically working on them. And the zoning change was advantageous because we will make more money. And there's already some folks living here. So bright. It's pretty legit. There's actually a bunch more here. And we own 26 acres back behind them. That was the one where I told Aiden it was a shit onion. The work day today took forever. It is late. I am not doing the right thing right now. Okay, here's what we've got. Marsupial, that's just chaos. Marsupial gear pack slung way too low. I just look sloppy as shit. I got my dress shirt on, dress shirt. I've got my 44 mag here. I've got the pack with 25 pounds in it, and we're at 80. Let's see how this goes. And I started drinking wine. So this is gonna be an adventure no matter what. This may be one of those times where we decide not to actually move anything. No sight tape move, no nothing. Just because wine. If you remember yesterday, which if you didn't watch, you should watch yesterday because I'm gonna do 5 days in a row. And you should subscribe because then I can actually grow my YouTube channel and potentially beat Tim to 50,000. Probably not, but I'm gonna try. I was hitting low. So what I'm going to do now at 80 is I'm going to start basically taking my pins down to see if I can actually hit the line at 80. I'm not as worried about my left and rights. Yesterday I was at 81.5. Today what I'm gonna do is take it down to like 82.5, 83.
and see if that brings me up to where I need to be. I may shoot more than 3 today just to see, because I feel like it's kind of coming down to it. It's Tuesday and I leave on Friday, so I don't have like that much more time to get my sight tape completely dialed in. 80 yards. Everything feels so much crazier with a pack on it. This is just, I look dumpy and slumpy. Let's go take a look. Felt decent. So that's the opposite side actually. Typically I was shooting left, but I'm probably only down maybe an inch, which is well within my variance at 80 yards. Let's go shoot some at 90 just to see what happens. And I'm not even gonna worry about this at all. What I'm gonna do is set my 90 at 92.5, 93, and see how we're doing. Because now the goal is finalize the sight tape. I completely forgot to even tell you about the bobcat from last night. The 3 ducks were inside. This one had made it back inside around the corner and was dead. But then you've got all this damage right here. So that's blood. 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 Let's do 90. By the way, I know this all looks chaos and horrible, but I don't actually mind that, because in the chaos and horribleness, if I can still make a 90-yard shot that's acceptable, I'm pretty happy. It is weird actually when you're varying it up with stuff like this on, how much your brain kind of takes over and goes, whoa, something's way different. We gotta figure this out. Let's go look. So that's about an inch low at 90, which is well within my variance. So that's right on the line. I've been shooting right today for whatever reason, whereas I've been shooting left consistently before. So I'm not gonna mess with my left and rights, but I still know that I'm hitting low. So at 90, I actually dialed my tape to 93.5. I'm definitely gonna change tapes. So what I'm gonna do is shoot a couple more at 90, and I'm gonna use the 90 mark to adjust my tape. The reason being, I can set my 20 at 20 with the other tape, right? And then go all the way down to 90, and I'll get the most accurate tape that I can possibly get. I know that my 40, perfect, 50, perfect, 60, perfect. That's one of the reasons that I want to back up as far as is reasonable for me to shoot broadheads. They like to watch me shoot arrows. Oh, the old knees. I think I feel pretty good. Like at a certain point, you put the bow away and go, I'm good. And then I pick a different bow up and shoot reps with it, because why would I use this one and why would I use these arrows, which are turning out to be very, 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 very good arrows, as you would imagine, for the price. It's also a little nerve-wracking when you're like, I'm done, I'm dialed in, like everything's good. And then you just put the bow in the case and just pray that it shows up on the other end in the exact same state. And maybe you get to shoot a bit and maybe you don't. Fingers crossed. I'm super impressed with this setup so far. UltraView 1K arrows, just stock the way they come. Iron wheel solid, 125s out front. Matthews lift 33, still with the stock strings on, and it's freaking late August and I've been shooting the crap out of that bow all year long, and the thing is still money. UltraView slider sight, which has turned out to be my favorite sight. Still don't want to change it back to the Montana Black Gold, which was my previous favorite one. She's going in the case. She's going in the case. Now it's just working on the other parts that I'm less good at, which is like packing for a trip where you sleep outside in the cold with bears.